everybody, it's Gus with Egypt Adventures Travel. I'm in downtown Cairo at Tahrir Square at Sadat Metro stop, and in this video I'm going to show you how to get from downtown Cairo to Khalilii Market and Moaz Street using just public transportation and a little bit of walking. Let's get started. Now I'm down in the metro and I'm heading to the line number 2, which sometimes is the color blue, and that line is going to take us a couple of stops to Attaba Metro from Sadat Metro, where we're starting in Tahrir Square. Before I go any further, I want to remind folks that I do customized itineraries, lead private tours, connect people with local guides, do consultations to answer any questions you might have about travel to Egypt. So send me an email, get in touch today, and I'd love to help you out with your trip. After you buy your metro ticket, head to the sign that says Shobra direction. You're going to take the metro 2 stops and get out at Attaba. So I got through on the Shobra direction, and we're going to go 2 station stops to get off at Attaba. And when we get to Attaba, it's going to be kind of a maze underground at that metro stop because it's a popular transit point. We're going to try to pop out at Opera Square and then get to Khalilii by taking a Suzuki microbus. Here's a quick look at the platform at Sadat Station when taking the Shobra line to get to Attaba. Here's the map in the metro car showing Sadat, our starting point, and Attaba, where we'll get out. So now that I've made it 2 station stops and I got out at Attaba, the trick is going to be to find the right exit to get out to Opera Square, Midan Opera. I'm going to try to find the signage that I can show you so that you can get out at the right point too, because depending on which exit you come out of this metro station, you could be in a totally different area of this district of Cairo, because this is one of the biggest networks of underground tunnels for the metro in Cairo. So let's try to find that exit to get us to Opera Square, Midan Opera. I followed the exit signs to exit out at 26th of July Street. So I saw this sign and went to the right, and then I looked for this exit sign and went to the left. You might have to look around quite a bit to find the right exit. So I exited following those signs for 26th of July Street, which is behind me, this one. So now I'm going to walk back right here, and I should be at Opera Square in about 1 or 2 streets. It's also good to just pull out GPS as soon as you get out of the metro, just to verify where you are. You could also ask people, Midan Opera, and have them try to point you in the right direction. Heads up, just in case you haven't noticed, that Attaba is one of the busiest parts of downtown Cairo, so if you're somebody who likes to avoid crowds, this might not be the place to come to. Now that we're finished with the metro, we're walking toward Midan Opera, and we're going to get a Suzuki microbus to take us from the square, about a 10-minute bus ride depending on traffic, to Khalilii Market. When you see the horse statue, you know you're at Opera Square. I've got Midan Opera Square behind me. The statue of the man on the horse is the central part of Opera Square. You might notice, let's see, like that little gray Suzuki bus. There's a bunch of microbuses that are driving around through this square. We're going to pick up one of the Suzukis behind me over there because we need to get on this bridge, which is going to take us over to Khalilii Market, Hussein Mosque, and Al Azhar Mosque. So there's that red Suzuki right there. We're going to try to get something like that. To get one of these buses, you're going to want to say Hussein. That's like the name Hussein. The Hussein Mosque is the central mosque in Khalilii, and you could also say Khalilii as well, but saying Hussein is probably going to get you where you need to go a little bit faster. So now I'm just going to cross the street, walk up toward Opera Square, and try to hop on a Suzuki bus, say Hussein, and if they stop and let me on, I'm going to get on. So now I'm inside the Suzuki. I am just to the right of the horse statue at Opera Square, Midan Opera, and there were just a lineup of Suzukis that were waiting for passengers. This one had 1 spot left, so I just said Hussein, and the driver said Yalla. Don't know what all that honking was about, but the driver said, "Yellow, come on." So I got on the Suzuki. Oh, and here we go. We are off. So now we're going to drive probably about a 10-minute drive from Opera Square to Hussein Mosque and Khalilii. If you haven't seen some of my other videos about microbuses, with the microbus, you just pay the fare when everybody else starts to pay. So right now we're paying it right at the beginning of the bus ride. It's 3.5 Egyptian pounds to Hussein Mosque, and you just pass your bill up. They take care of the change and they'll hand your change back to you. We're now driving on the bridge above the Attaba neighborhood, headed toward Khalilii. Here's a super sped up version of the drive over. We're taking this bridge overpass above the Attaba neighborhood, and then at the end of the bridge is when we get to the beginning of the neighborhood that Khalilii Market is in, so right about here. I'm going to be looking for a Gad restaurant on my right-hand side, which is where I'm going to get out. It's a good landmark to use when you want to exit out of the microbus to get to Khalilii Market. So the Gad restaurant is right there on my right-hand side. I have the Suzuki stop at this Gad restaurant right here, which would be a good place to get a bite if you want, if you don't want to have stuffed pigeons at Farhat, my favorite restaurant inside the Khalilii Market. So I got out here, and now I got to cross this street, and if you see this minaret right there, that minaret is Al Hussein Mosque, which is kind of like the center of this area and the beginning of Khalilii Market. So we're going to cross over using a tunnel to go underground under the street because you can't cross because of that fence, and then we'll be at the market. So I've got El Azhar Mosque behind me right here, and then across the street is Hussein Mosque. There's that minaret right there. Yep, that's Hussein. So now the entrance to the tunnel is this stairway back here. We're gonna go down, go in the tunnel, cross over, and you'll be at Khalilii Market, just taking public transportation from downtown. Here's a look at what that tunnel is like to go from the right side of the road and cross over to the left side where Hussein Mosque and the market is. Something very, very, very important to note when you come to Khalilii is the second you get off of that Suzuki bus, there will probably be people approaching you trying to sell you things or trying to get you to go to their shop. Some people are really nice and really helpful. Other people want to waste your time or your money. So what I suggest is when you're in Khalilii, unless you have a local guide with you, just politely decline or ignore any offers from somebody to take you anywhere or to show you any place. Just enjoy wandering around the market and taking in the atmosphere of the Khalilii Market. So after crossing through the tunnel and coming up on the other side, I've got Hussein Mosque right here behind me. Entrance to Khalilii Market, well, it's just kind of all around, and I'm going to enjoy a day of walking through and shopping with the market with my friend. Thanks for checking out this video of how to take public transportation to get from downtown Cairo to Khalilii Market. I'm Gus with Egypt Adventures Travel. Until next time.